Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Karsh Goblin. This is Goblin KTV. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, all the bits and pieces. We're also Twitch, by the way, but this is going to be a really quick reaction to the draft OGL 1.2. Yes, they are at it again. This one does say irrevocable, but I've got a few key points that I really want to touch on. In point 1b, the works are covered in VTTs are covered by a separate policy. So that can be changed all the time. They can change it to whatever they want. Everyone knows that they're putting a crap ton of money into D&D Beyond to try to make that into a VTT and compete with World 20, which we're ambassador, Fantasy Grounds and Foundry, the others, etc. And so while they're saying, yes, we're okay with it, it's to a limit. And it's to a policy which can be changed at any time, where the license of the OGL might not be able to be changed at any time. Yes, they're also revoking the OGL 1.0A, because the only way for them to actually stop people from making content from D&D 5th edition and moving into D&D 6th edition or open whatever, or one D&D, whatever it's called, is to stop that OGL 1.0A and to stop people from creating from the previous stuff. So another thing is 3.B or 3B, legally speaking, what you own, if you own a copy of your stuff, you cannot stop them from making their own copy of your stuff. It might be similar. They can claim that it's like we parallel designed it, which is a thing. It does happen. But you got to take them in court, and you can't stop them from publishing it. You can't put an injunction in. You can't stop them from publishing. All you can do is get damages, which is pretty shitty against a company that damn big. So what else is there? No hateful content and conduct is 6F. They've changed the language of this. It might be more legalistic language, but it's still up to them to decide what classes is what, and so they can stop people publishing stuff. Paizo have stuff which have content warnings at the start of pretty much every chapter, which deals into horror and stuff like that. They will have content warnings in there. They might, in this case, Dungeons and Dragons or Wizards of the Coast might go, yeah, well, we want to stop them, so we're going to stop them by using that, because they've got harmful content in their games. Who knows? So it's a bit of a let's see, 7A modification. We can only change two things in this contract, which is section 5. You control your own content. That's a scary one to change. Or section 9A notices. I'll get to section 9A in a sec, but the controlling your own content section is one of the ones they're saying, yeah, we reserve the right to change that. That's a scary thing. How much do you trust this company? Because a contract is a contract. You do not have a contract change at a moment's notice or 30 days notice. It is signed, it is done. It doesn't get changed. If you want to do a new contract, you do an entirely new contract. You don't change terms. That's a scary thing. These are just red flags that I saw. Next one is done notifications. 9A. This is the ones that can be notified. Notices. So this is most likely because they're not registering for D&D Beyond, but they could change it to be snail mail. They could change it to be like post courier, as in post rider. They can do it to whatever they want, and that's going to come important because they reserve the, like, if it comes to a legal thing and a legal challenge and something in this might, and it's found that something in the contract is not enforceable, well, they reserve the right just to null and void the entire contract. So they can put in something which is null and void by one of these two changes they can do, i.e. you have to be you have to contact them by snail mail, or we have to contact you by whatever, like by ship or by whatever. They can create whatever they want, which is unenforceable, and then null and void it, which is how they can get out of this. What else is there? So that's the severability, almost finished. The governing law, jurisdiction, class action waiver, 9E. Don't ever waive your rights to legal things like this. This is a right, well, if you're an American citizen, a constitutional right, but this is a right, this is a legal way, this is something you shouldn't be wavering. On top of that, you're also in 9G waiving a jury trial, which, again, this is a thing. Jury of your peers is a thing. You shouldn't be waiving your rights for those things. That's pretty much all I wanted to touch on. There is something I want to touch on for the VTTs. The VTTs, they're trying to say, oh, you can't do stuff about, like, we're trying to stop people making video games out of our content. Celestia, Crown of the Magister, great video game based off the SRD content. It's actually really good. But they're saying, well, you can make a map, or you can do pretty much what you can do on a normal tabletop. You can create a virtual tabletop, VTT, to emulate your tabletop experience. Animations is specifically mentioned as a thing. So what isn't permitted are features that do not replicate your dining room storytelling. If you replace your imagination with animation of a magic missile streaking across the board to strike your target, or your VTT integrates your content into an NFT. What the fuck? Who does yeah. That's not the tabletop experience. That's more a video game. That's what they're going to get people on. Dynamic lighting, animations. I know Foundry has a lot of animations. Everyone's now moved into dynamic lighting. Roll20 has animations. Roll20 has dynamic lighting. Even dynamic, like, rain effects. That's the type of thing, and they are going to hit you. And so this is the policy which can change. The VT policy can change at a whim, and that's what the OGL has got nothing to do with that. As in the surveys, I don't believe it's got anything to do with this, but we're still going to wait to how the surveys are going to be published and kind of how they're going to be weighted in the questions. But that's all I want to speak about. Thank you, everybody. Like, subscribe, Twitch TV, Goblin Cave TV, Goblin Cave TV, of course, on YouTube, which is where you are. So leave a comment down below on your thoughts, and on Twitter, while it still survives, Goblin Cave TV. We also have TikTok, but that's a later project. So have fun, enjoy your gaming, and it's okay to roll a 1. Just maybe not in legal policies or stuff like this. Bye.